Hi everyone, this is audap. Yeah, let's check out the Lords of Thunder on the turbocd, or PC Engine CD, depending what region you're from. I mean, you can already, like, hear and see a difference between the two games. To me, it's like night and day. I mean, this version is just like, hand over fist is a better version. You know, the sound mix is really robust. You know, the colors pop a lot more. As I said, there's just, everything's just better. Let's go. I think the rat actually moves a little bit better in this version too. Yeah, I mean, listen to how much more rockin' that mix is. I mean, it's just, like, so much more powerful. But generally, I'm not big into metal. I mean, I like it. And I like specific kind of bands and songs, but this is definitely the kind of metal that I do like. Although I think people just call this rock now. You know, our stance is what heavy thrashing is, or you know, much different than my day. Yeah, God, it's just so much better. I kind of feel bad for the Sega CD owners. That was the only version that they got, was you know, the version that just wasn't quite as good. You know, they did get some voice acting, so, you know, it wasn't a total loss. Yeah, I think you earn less money in this version, too. I don't remember being able to buy anywhere near as many elixirs in this version compared to the Sega CD one. Yeah, here's where there would have been some slowdown in the Sega CD version. You know, I'm not sure why that is. The Sega had like a faster processor, I believe. I mean, it had that Motorola 6800. You know, which you know, a lot of people were used to with their Amigas. Yeah, there's that water effect that doesn't exist in the Sega one too. Get rid of this guy. Oh boy, God, it's harder too. It's much harder than the Sega CD version. Just let that set up. Okay, should be able to get past it this time. Yeah, the colors are just like so much more vibrant. you know, I much prefer this mix for the song. It's much heavier on the lead guitar. There we go. Boy, I don't know what I did. I flubbed it up that first time. Okay. Still want you. Do that instead. Save our money for the next round. Yeah, it's amazing to hear the differences side by side. Well, and to see the differences too, you know, the added number of colors on screen really does make a difference in the game. That's what it's there for. There we go. Much nicer. That's what I'm used to. Yeah, he doesn't have the stun animation in this version, which is much nicer. There's definitely more flashing effects, when you're damaging an enemy than there are in the Sega CD version. I wonder if they were just concerned about the help with reflective reactions. Maybe that's why they toned it down a bit. Good. I don't know about this one. Oh, that was easier than I remember. Helado. Yeah, this one's wind or water. Should save enough for the next one. great. Use the elixir. That boss was easier too. Quite earn enough. Oh well. Ugh, terrible. Also, the game is much harder. Much harder. It's a little bit harder. I think I'm still okay with this. I guess I better buy an elixir. Foaming fireballs. Here we go. Ah, man, I want that all again. Oh god. Oh, so tough. Yeah, really the difficulty balance between the Sega and the Turbo one. Can't afford to get more life. Can't afford an elixir. Ah, fucking fireball. God damn it. Oh, so tough. It's so much tougher. But better, you know. I don't think there's a difficulty, is there? Oh, yeah, that's right. There's just super. Yeah, why not? We'll mess around a little bit. And I have basically already gone over the game, just on a different platform. I can't remember how much harder Super was. I don't remember if it was like significantly harder or if it was just more damage. Oh yeah, that's a lot harder. And more bullets. Many more bullets. Enemies aren't any stronger though. There's just more stuff on the screen to avoid. Oh jeez. Yeah, I think it would take a while before I could get good enough for Super. Let's see. How about just okay, well, now I'm locked into it. I think hard's reasonable. It's something that's doable. Super might be a little bit too tough for someone that hasn't played for a long time. Is it still on Super? Man. I think it is. Wow. I did worse that time. Terrible. Okay, let's try not to skip over the open screen. just hard. Just regular hard. Like leaded gasoline. Yeah, I think this is my favorite song in the whole game. There's just something about it which is, you know, really makes you feel like you're, you know, this powerful god going into war. Maybe not so powerful, you know, I do get my ass kicked by regular enemies, but still. Yeah, this is still doable. I mean, it is a little bit harder, but not super significant. I'm assuming the boss battles will be harder. Ah, son of a bitch. Nasty fellow. So Miss Jackson. By these guys. Oh, the health was right there too. Okay, apparently I'm not ready for that. What do we have? We'll go for a little while longer. Then I'll have to take a break. And we'll play some games on some modern systems. Because a whole bunch of stuff came out, and I didn't actually have time to play everything that I bought yesterday. And there's going to be more stuff next week. Returnal will be out. Pokemon Snap will be out. Yeah, there's another big game too. I just can't remember what it is. But you know, Nier Replicant's really good. Good job with that one. Judgment, the remaster of Judgment's really good. Although, you know, it comes so close after the release of Yakuza 6. I don't know how well it's gonna do. Oh. Actually, you know, it's this game that made me realize that I do like metal. I just didn't like metal from my era. You know? I mean, I didn't like, I didn't like Rat or Def Leppard or anything that was like in the 80s especially. I thought all that metal was trash. I think later on I kind of came to appreciate Judas Priest, but again, I think Fight ended up being like a better band than Judas Priest. Although that was obviously short-lived. And of course now the metal I like is like the kind of the weirder stuff, like baby metal or Bandmate or something. Something a little bit more esoteric. The state of metal nowadays is not so great. Although there's a lot more talent out there. I certainly think there's more artists trying to be great, and they're given better opportunities. And it's a good thing about YouTube, or even platforms like Bandcamp. Artists can just be good. They don't have to know a producer anymore. They can find an audience without having to struggle with being discovered by some corrupt producer. Which I don't know. These producers are interesting fellows. I wouldn't put them high on the evolutionary scale. Same thing with motion picture producers. They're just terrible people. You only put up with them because the connections in Hollywood are so few and far between. That's a very guarded group. But again, things like YouTube and just social media in general, sort of breaking all those walls, and people that can be just talented without having any sort of connections. I think it's overall better for the industry. I love seeing independent musicians and producers out there, kicking the ass of more established mediums. I think it's interesting that YouTube and Twitch have allowed for people that Hollywood would have initially just rejected. They can have huge followings and make a good amount of money. The same people who never would have got a shot, from your stereotypical producer. They just worked hard and people liked them, and that's all that really matters. I mean, I definitely don't fall into that category. But I am happy when people do find content producers that they like, and they go outside the norm. I mean, when I was going to school and when I started, the only way you could get into broadcasting is if you sounded like Casey Kasem. They would teach you how to talk exactly like what you'd hear on the radio nowadays, if you even listen to the radio nowadays. I can't remember the name of the other guy, Dick something. He used to do the New Year's Eve stuff. But now you have to sound like Ryan Seacrest. It's like you can only sound like, hey, this is audap for you on the radio. Welcome. It's like, why do you have to sound like that? It's fucking stupid. But that's what they taught you. Like that's what works. You have to sound like that. Like, why? There are people that don't like that, like me. I don't want to sound like a corporate tool. So like, well, if you don't sound like that, then you know, nobody's gonna hire you and you can't make any money. Like, it ended up all being completely and totally wrong. You know, as you know, social media has pointed out, there are tons of people that don't look or sound like that that are successful, and thank goodness we've moved beyond that. Or at least some of us have. You know, there are plenty of people, you know, kind of older people that don't give you know, the Twitch streamers and the YouTubers enough clout, even though they attract, you know, millions and millions of people, you know, make billions in advertising revenue. You know, somehow you have to know some other producer in order to be respected. I think it's definitely a false narrative here in the States, and it's only proliferated by the people that you know, that have kept the system down for a long time and prevented all those talented people from making content. I even hate using the word making content. It sounds stupid, doesn't it? Even though I don't watch like the most popular YouTubers or Twitch streamers out there, you know, I still think the rapid fire, constant talking, you know, that drives me nutty. I do occasionally want to hear the game, and you know, want to at least hear thoughts about the game, not just like random stuff that's just stuck inside your brain. But I do see the appeal of it. Personally, I'm okay with a little dead space. Whereas in, you know, traditional broadcasting, you know, dead space is the complete enemy. It's the one thing that you have to avoid. And I don't necessarily think so. At least past a certain age, maybe, I don't know. Like I'm more likely to listen to, you know, Gab Smolder's, you know, Jacksepticeye's wife than Jacksepticeye, you know, Jacksepticeye, even though he's like super talented, and it takes a lot to do what he does. So I definitely don't fault the guy, but you know, I don't like his wife's more like chill demeanor. And the best thing is, you know, you don't have to choose, you know, if you were in traditional media, if you were on like ABC or NBC, you could only pick between, you know, you'd only have like a limited selection. You know, you couldn't pick, you only would have Jacksepticeye, you couldn't pick Gab Smolders. I definitely don't want to live in that world. Although again, you know, I love Jack. Guy's super talented. But I just don't want to listen to the morning zoo for the entirety of a game broadcast. I mean, I listen to the morning zoo for a reason. Just one last hit before the boss. Yeah, like this version is like so much better, but it is just a tad harder. at least in some portions. Ah, son of a bitch. We'll just do the charge. I'll have to rip my my pack-in turbocd to play Gate of Thunder. That's the only problem with ripping CDs and making bin queues is that it takes about as long as it does to play an entire CD to rip one of those. Wait, which one? What do I want? Oh crap, I don't remember. We'll go with Earth for now. Hopefully it won't be too bad. It's okay for this one. Of course, the downside to something like YouTube is that once you find that popular person, then YouTube basically doesn't police them at all. So you end up getting like popular personalities that make just like garbage content, and I don't know. I guess people just like garbage content. I don't know what it is about it. Or in YouTube's case, they want to give. At least currently, YouTube wants to make the YouTuberverse more family-friendly, so there's more incentive in their algorithm for like family-friendly content. So kids opening toys, is going to get higher on the algorithm than than adults talking about the movie reviews. They may have like the same number of subscribers and even the same number of views, but the algorithm, favoritizes the kid content, because then advertisers don't have to worry about being involved, associated with content that they don't necessarily may not necessarily be politically correct, or just a little bit hotter than normal. But I say, there's plenty of adults. There's money to be made for an adult crowd. That's why we have these tags for all the channels to say, if this channel is made for adults or not. You don't want to advertise Coors Light on your toy opening channel. So why not just advertise only on the adult channels? Adults spend money. They're the ones that spend the most money. So why do we always have to restrict our advertising only for families and children? That doesn't make any sense to me. HBO Max is doing just fine without having any kid content. I'm doing a lot worse than last time. And I don't know what it is with YouTube and game channels, but I mean, they really hate game channels. kind of done nothing but punish anybody but the most popular of game channels. You know, even though the competitor to Twitch is doing, you know, insanely well. I mean, the number of hours watched on Twitch versus YouTube gaming is, it's like almost 2 to 1. Water. But, you know, YouTube also makes, you know, many more hours of views on kids opening toys, too, so, I mean, what can you do? Kids opening toys or jackasses, you know, jumping into swimming pools on, you know, strapped to, you know, wooden planks, or whatever the idiot the Pauls do, you know. Which is why I never pay for YouTube Red. Like, I don't want to support these, you know, these top artists that, you know, that YouTube features. It's like, no, I don't want to watch the Pauls. I just don't. I don't want them to be paid, rather than be off the air. So I'm not going to pay for YouTube Red when I'm just giving money to these people that I don't really even like. I mean, I don't think I like any of the paid artists on YouTube Red, and I've tried too. I was like, it's all this garbage entertainment, you know? Which I've never been into, you know, even in my younger days. When they're trying to, you know, market things for my age group. I was never into it. Of course, the guys that do all the marketing for their age group are always, you know, 10 to 15 years older than the target audience that they're trying to appeal to. So it all seems awkward, you know. It's funny how little has changed in regards to that. You know, you still have, you know, guys in their mid-30s trying to write material for, you know, kids in their teens. It's like, of course you don't know what's good. That's why I find TikTok so fascinating, even though I don't participate in it. You know, I find that, you know, the language of the younger viewers, you know, much different, and it's completely different than what an advertiser who's, you know, hired to write an ad campaign for teenagers. It would be the opposite of what they did, or what they would do. It kind of shows you, you know, yeah, once you get older, you really don't have any idea what anybody younger likes. I certainly don't. Nor would I ever pretend to do anything here on this channel for younger viewers, because I really don't know what you like. And it, you know, it'd be insulting for me to make that presumption. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Lords of Thunder, and this is the turbocd version. Again, this is the version that I prefer, but if you have the other version for the Sega CD or the Mega-CD, it's still good, just not as good. And we're playing on the MiSTERfpga. Again, I think for collectors or game preservationists, it's an excellent piece of hardware that you can build yourself. It has a really good support, open source support, so definitely check it out. And if you have the original of these, definitely check them out as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.